It should be full of love and heart and applying those skills to food and gathering around the table. My name's Hugh Acheson, and I'm a chef in Athens, Georgia. I have restaurants in Atlanta and Athens, and I'm gonna make some braised chicken thighs with red rice. I firmly believe in just getting people to cook no matter what. And my father, who has Alzheimer's, was born in Cuba and born in Havana. So this is kind of the dish that he and I would make. And a recipe like this tells a story. And it tells the story of where my father's from and the story of how we cook together and just the story of getting around a table and nourishing through some thread of family history. We're just gonna cook it on the other side for 1 minute. So then the chicken comes out after it's got that glistening, beautiful golden skin, and using all that glorious flavor that's gathered in the slow cooking of the chicken thighs, which will get scooped up and scraped up as we add all the rest of our ingredients. Making sure to scrape a little bit aggressively to the bottom of the pan, getting any pan residue from the chicken because that allows a lot of flavor to enter into the dish. The Alzheimer's Association and the new campaign of Around the Table is really just to get people talking about what dementia and Alzheimer's and how it affects people. I mean, 5 million people are affected or afflicted with Alzheimer's in the country, and there are also just an inordinate amount of people who care for these folks and love them inordinately and want to feed them and sustain them and have them be in a place of comfort and possibility. It's called Around the Table, and it's a really good endeavor to get people doing what we should do, whether we're afflicted with Alzheimer's or not, which is gathering around with loved ones and paying respect for the food that we have and the company of each other. A recipe like this is really taking the economic thriftiness of chicken thighs and simple vegetables and good rice and making them with technique into something that's really, really palatable and good and sustaining. You know, nourishment is such a beautiful word. Really good food is really good for a number of reasons. First and foremost, it's about how you're feeling at that moment in a day and what you want to achieve with the meal that you're trying to put together. You know, memories of in conversations over food and over dinner, they tend not to happen over pizza pockets. I think the most important part about dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia and caring for people in this way is to make sure that we are caring for them and giving them an environment in which they can still achieve happiness and find some thread of memory and commonality and sort of the idea of pleasure through food. But I hope by sharing my story, we all begin to gather around the table and talk about these things and help find an end to Alzheimer's and dementia, which is something I think we're making progress towards. A dish like this just invites us to gather around the table. And it's just so easy and so pertinent to how we should be living in this world. And it's really tasty.